Alright, we are live. Okay. You can feel free to put it in your guild chat now. Let them know what's going on. Let's put this music on.
They're already fucking looking.
Hello everybody. Give us a minute. So let me get a live screen.
Good.
Alright, hold on. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Talk. Let me just know if people know I'm live. Hold on. Just letting everyone know. Cause I want people to see, cause this is what an interviewer really want to see. And so I'm just letting some people know I'm live. Cause but we can start.
Cool.
Okay. So welcome to the Real Talk podcast. I'm here with Syviperwolf, aka Wolfie. How are you doing today?
Hello. Either would be fine, actually. Most people just call me by Wolfie.
How are you doing? Like, how are you feeling? What did you do today? How was your day?
Pretty good for the most part. I mean, I kind of slept most of the day, really.
Oh, okay.
Uh, besides that, I've kind of just been relaxing.
Alright. Sayuri's in the chat. LOL. Anyways, well, Wolfie, what made you decide to do this interview today?
Honestly, it's a little different because I don't really get interviews often. It's kind of just like a one deal thing. It's like, oh, hey, someone actually wants to talk to me and get to know me, which is kind of great because then it like pulls me out so people actually see me as a person and not for what they see me in game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Wolfie, how long you been playing the game? How did you get into Mobby? Well, how long you been playing?
I've been playing back since 2008, and it started with my cousin decided to play it one day, and then he showed the rest of my family, and we were all just kind of like, okay, this looks like a good game, because at the time we were all young, and this was good graphics for a game back then, so we all decided to play it. So we all played together as a family. We had our own little guild together for a long time, and then in like 2015, I believe, is when I took my break. And I took a 4-year break to work on high school. And after high school, I got my job. And I think after a year or two of having my job, then I came back in 2019.
What was it like when you came back to the game? Like, how was it? Like,
It was really different because back then there was no text, there was no erg, anything like that. So seeing all the new stuff, I was just like, this is mind-boggling. Trying to figure it out alone because I was being a solo player for like the first year and a half.
right.
So I was like, what do I do? And I was just like, you know what? I'll figure it out. I'll ask my cousin because he was still playing at the time with me. And if there was any questions, I'm like, hey, how do I do this? I'm confused. Help me.
I think I had a similar experience because I played back since 2011, so similar amount of time in view. Really from Alexina, and I played on and off since 2017. And I left in 2017, and then because I was in high school and I was focusing on high school, and I came back around 2020, and I saw tax, and then I saw all that stuff. I was like, yo, what is this? This is different.
Yeah, new stuff. Like, what is this? I've never seen this before in my life.
I
And they're
didn't
like,
know how
oh
to play
yeah,
the
this
game. I didn't know how to play the game. I just resorted to Fashion Nookie because that's what I knew, and that's what I always did.
after so many years of playing, and then you come back to all this stuff, and it's like you're completely new to the game again. You don't know what to do anymore, so you're relearning everything basically.
Right. Um. Well, let's talk about before you've been playing on and off. Let's talk about how your early days. Let's talk about your Mari days because I do know you're originally from the Mari server. So tell
Yes.
me what was Mari like for you?
Uh, Mari was definitely a trip because I know that there were some fallouts in Mari. Like, Mari was considered one of the few toxic servers that got into EVG a lot, which is currently what I do, but not as heavy as what Mari definitely was, because it was like an everyday thing where it was like swarms of people just arguing back and forth
Right.
for dumb stuff, realistically. And it was just like, holy shit, what server did I just get myself into?
I feel you. I feel you. What was the most, if you think of any challenging time in Mari, what was the most difficult time for you?
I feel like it was probably back like a couple months before I actually quit and I got into some drama with some people, and it was like getting pointed at me for things because it was like a whole relationship drama situation that got way out of hand, where I was only 15 turning 16 at the time, and the person that I was with was actually a lot older than me from what I found out
Oh,
from friends. It's like, this isn't what I'm here for. I'm not into that kind of thing. So I would go to others and they would help me out with it, and they kind of helped me. They like put me under their wing, did what they had to save me from the situation, so I wasn't basically fucking jailbaited into a really bad situation from what it could have been.
right. Um, what did you learn from it?
uh Definitely really consider the people that I'm talking to and actually get to know them a lot more before I speak to them. Like, getting their actual age and some sort of verification of how old they are or what they are as a person.
Right.
Because that's something I definitely didn't do before, where I would just like talk to somebody like, hey, you're cool, and then not actually find out who they really are behind closed doors.
um, what is your advice to young girls online and how they browse the internet? Because we
Um,
still have minors who play Mobby. Even though Mobby is mostly
yeah,
adults, we still get those occasional 16 to 17 year
yeah.
olds. So like, what is your advice to young girls who play Mobby?
Definitely really consider who you're talking to, because you don't know who they could be behind the screen. Like, I know we do have some people that run around as female characters who are actually older dudes that just do that to prey on kids, which still happens to this day a lot. Um, if you can figure out from other sources who they are realistically, if not, if they may seem slightly sketchy to you, try to avoid it. Otherwise, you're gonna get stuck in situations like I had to as a kid, which I do regret doing because it was kind of a shitty thing, because that's what got me to quit in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that whole situation with the relationship drama,
Yeah,
forced you to quit, like, forced you to basically quit. Um, did you say your family helped you in that situation and went, was aware?
yeah.
How,
To a point, they did, because they would see when I would be like really upset about something, and they would try their best to either like take me out somewhere to forget about it, or just like get me something to like lift my spirits a little more.
got you. Um, anyone in from Mari, if you can remember any IGN who helped you in the situation, uh, anyone you want to shout out, anyone who may still play or may have quit, any memorable names you can think of who helped you in the situation.
It would be who I still consider as like my in-game father, which is Ushido. I've known him forever, like from the beginning since I started playing. He's always been there for me as a person. Like,
Right,
even when he was older than me, he still treated me like a child when I was a child and helped me through things if I was getting into a tough time.
right.
So
It's a future of the
definitely
chat.
Ushido.
Right.
Like, even though he barely gets on, he's still my favorite person.
Yeah. All right. So, how do you think how do you think you help others after learning from that situation?
For others that get left in that situation,
No, how do you think
it,
you help other people navigate their problems on the game? I think
um,
you are an officer of a guild. You do run it. You are an officer. You have been in many admins positions before. How do you think you help other people navigate their issues?
for me, it would be more of like trying to understand where they are in the situation, and if there's any way possible that I could help them. It could be like just taking them away from said person that's giving them issues, either help them to train something or like play a completely different game with them, because some days some of us just get off Mabby for a little bit and play a different game. Like me and some friends have been playing The Forest to just have fun and get away from Mabby for a little bit, which that does help with any depressive things going on, or just, you know, get away from life a little bit, have fun with friends.
Right.
Uh it still works for kids. I can understand like some kids are like very inadequate with their thoughts and don't think as clearly as we do as adults. So for us being older, I guess we can like teach them what we have learned as a little kid so they don't fall into the same steps that we've gone into.
Got you. All right. So let's talk more about your Mamanogi journey. We talked about a little bit of Mara and the drama. Um, we talked about a little bit of negative in the past. Positive people helped you throughout the situation you've been in. Any other positive moments that you'll always remember from your Mari days? Even though Mari, we talk about Mari and how it was chaotic. Can you remember anything positive?
Have to really think deep on
Yeah.
the positive thing in Mari. It was very slim.
Very slim. Okay.
It
That's
was
fair.
like
If there's
I did
nothing
meet
else you could think of, that's fair as well. You know?
yeah, I did meet some very nice people back on Mari that I become really good friends with. There's my friend Pine that I've known since like the very start as well. We've known each other for almost 14 years now. Even though
Right.
he quit, he still talks to me on Discord, so we still chat every once in a while. We've gone to the point where we consider each other as like brother and sister because we're just that close as friends that we don't see each other like arguing or like just dropping friendships in any way. So I guess that could be like my most positive thing from Mari is the one friend that I met that I've known forever.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about more about um your return to the game. What was you talked about how it was hard for you to adjust because of all the text and stuff like that and everything.
Yeah.
Let's talk about any first people you met. What you're talking about the new friends you met. Any people you met when you got back to the game that you remember who helped you navigate the game again.
Um God. People that I met when I came back, I don't really talk to them anymore, but it was my old guild, Amavi, which I don't really talk to them anymore because things happen and we're not going to discuss that. But they,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, helped me a little bit trying to figure out like the new things that came out and how they work. I still talk to like one or two of them every now and then. Pep, of course.
Right.
Me and Pep still have our own little moments, but we're still friends. We'll PvP, have our own little fun time, learn each other's routes, I guess.
Right. What got you into PvP? Cause you PvP a lot.
Um, I guess it was when I started going into my gear more than my fashion, and I was like, I can do something with this, so I can actually do some damage with things. So I would PvP some of my guildies, and they would teach me some things that I didn't know. So it got me interested, and I was like, you know what, I'll try it. And every now and then I'll have someone that'll PvP me and be like, here, let's test this out. So we'll just have a couple PvP rounds, and when I'm done, I'm like, all right, I need a break. I gotta figure out what I'm doing wrong, or at least like figure out what they're doing so I can avoid
Right.
getting hit by it, I guess.
What would be your
I've been
favorite
taking like
class to use while PvPing?
definitely fighter. Fighter has always been my main talent.
Oh, okay, okay. Why do you like fighter so much?
I guess that's because it's like really close combat, and I like being close to the other person rather than like far distance. Because I feel like me and archery, I discussed archery some days because it's like I can't combo with my bow as well as I think I can.
Mhm.
So it's just like been my main thing ever since it came out.
Gotcha. Any favorite combos you like to use?
If I can land it, charging strike with rage impact and hopefully getting a smash out, and if I can't get the smash, I'll just windmill and
Would you
then
like to
assault slash.
Would you like to demonstrate a combo?
I guess I can demonstrate a combo.
Okay. All right. Let's do this so you don't kill me. Put on 0. Okay.
I will use these so I don't do more damage because
Oh.
my
Yeah, I
reference
see you
would
have a
pro-
D blade out. I don't know what's going on, sis. Let me try.
I got Listen, I'm pulling out my Merlins because my revenants are cheap. Here, let's put this at 2 so I don't crit on accident.
Right. I'm gonna put on my mana shield. Don't worry.
Gotcha.
Let me put my staff on so I can have my magic attack. This bitch does damage. Let me see. So I can have
Never been
more
able to
magic
damage.
attack. So I can just have more magic attacks for that mana shield. Could be effective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds like the best thing that I've figured out for just like a basic combo that I've used a lot, like every time that I can land it.
Okay.
I don't know of any other combos that I usually do.
You can feel free to demonstrate.
Because I've done like just the full fighter combo.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can actually do it.
Okay. Ooh.
There we go. And bleed, of course.
Not
Gotta
bad.
love the ego.
Not bad at all. Okay.
I'm still working on it. I definitely have a lot to work on yet.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm trying to expand a little bit. Like, I tried with bow. Bow just doesn't seem to be the best for me, but I'm trying to make it work somehow.
Who motivates you to be a good PvPer?
I guess it would definitely be like the amount of damage that I can do now than what I've been able to do before, with like getting reforges set the way that I want it to. So I'm getting the like over 100 bridge on a 2% duel.
Right.
I guess like another goal would be trying to get like 1k out of a smash on the low percent duel, but
Oh yeah.
that's gonna
Oh
definitely
1k on a low percent. That's not bad at all.
yeah. I don't remember what my highest was. I think my highest was at least 5 to 700 if I remember correctly.
Right.
But that's with like the whole elementals going into effect.
Yeah.
I'm still learning elementals and what is a good elemental to put on what weapon and why it's good.
Yeah. Okay, you talk about PvP. Let's talk about your fashion style. Why Wolfie? Why you always wear ears and a tail? Why did you decide to become a furry? Or do you consider yourself furry?
Well,
Are you a kitten? What are you? There's different breeds.
I, I guess I just do like whole ears and tail to set with like the whole wolf and being wolfy in my name, so it's not like, oh, just a human being with wolf in their name.
Right.
Got it. Having the ears and tail like adds to the whole perspective. Like, all right, she's supposed to be like a wolf lady. Give her ears and a tail. That's why she's got that name.
Gotcha. Alright. Um let's see here. What else I have to ask you? Who are you currently training in PvP? Who are you currently training in PvP, going back to PvP? Who are you currently training? And who are you currently pushing? If you have any students.
At the moment, I don't have any students. I don't really train anybody. I mean, I do every once in a while when I see him, I'll PvP with my friend Bart, and he will like make the little joke of me being sensei or whatever, and he will ask me like, "How am I doing?" I'm like, "You're doing great. You're doing better than me now." Like,
Oh,
I feel like I'm missing out.
okay. Um, and makes you what do you think makes you a good leader? Why do you think you get so many leadership positions in guilds?
Honestly, I don't really consider myself a great leader, but when it comes to like decision-based things, I can try to come to agreements on things so it's not like really disputed and makes the guild like fall like some do, where it's like the leader and the officer aren't getting along, so the guild's gonna eventually die out when they aren't
Right,
cooperating with one another. Like,
right,
that's the one thing I expect from guilds, is at least some sort of cooperation with the leaders and admins, whether you have one or two, because I know some use more than two people, because that's what mine is currently at. We have a few, so it's not just two, and then it could be like a 50-50 type deal. You have more options out of those other few.
right. Okay. Um, what would you say if you would you ever make a guild of your own? Cause I've seen you be an officer and admins for a lot of guilds, but would you ever make a guild of your own?
I've had a guild of my own before.
Okay.
Back on the Now server, I had Necessarius with Fear, which me and him are still good friends. He is an ex of mine, but we still consider each other best buds.
Oh.
Um, we had, I think we had at least 80 members to our guild, and then we both just kind of like started migrating to other things. Like, he was playing other games. Some of our guild members were either quitting or they found other games to play as well. So we just decided to let the guild kind of drop on its own. And then when it died, I was like, you know what? I'll just either find another guild or make a new one.
Right.
Siri, don't at me. I see you in the chat. Leave me alone. I know it's a cattail. What?
um. Okay. Now let's uh talk about all the good stuff you like about Mabi. We talked about how you're into PvP. We talked about your fashion. We talked about Mari. We talked about Mari. Then we talked about how you came back in the game and how people helped you through the game. We talked about PvP, and we talked about a little bit what your passion is. I want to talk more about the relationships because you've been in a lot.
Mm.
um, we don't have to give names if you feel comfortable. But well-known relationships. Let's talk about the first one. What was your first relationship when you got back into the game?
My first relationship when I got back into the game was God, if I could remember. It's been a while.
Is it the one with high school? That girl?
The one in high school was before. That was before I quit. And he's the one that I had like whole relationship issue with, where the whole age difference.
Oh, okay.
After him, it was, I believe, Fear, and me and Fear just kind of like mutually split, but agreed to be friends, which is totally fine with me because we still talk and we're still
So,
like great buds.
what was your relationship? How was the relationship with Fear? The relationship dynamic? Would you say the relationship with Fear was positive? How did you guys compliment each other? How was the relationship with Fear?
Yeah, things were fine. We met through a good friend of ours, Kalia, where I was just like doing my own thing, and Fear like jokingly had a party up looking for a gothic girlfriend, and I was like, you know what? But because she was just like looking at me, she was like, hey, I got you someone. And I see the party, and I just like changed up to everything, make my character look as gothic as hell, and I was like, this should work.
Yeah,
And
y'all
then she
both
just like,
gothic. Like y'all, is he goth? He's goth, right? Cause like he's a gothic person. Cause he's always wearing gothic fashion. So like,
yeah, he
maybe.
definitely likes the gothic fashion. He's more of like a laid back dude though.
Oh.
He's really fun to get along with. But it was just so funny that Kalia just dropped us both in a voice call. So it was three of us, and then she dips, and we're like, all right, she really just left us here so we could talk. So we just talked from there.
Right.
Decided to have a relationship out of it, and it was pretty decent for the most part. The only reason we split was because of like communication, and we were like, you know what, it's not really a whole issue where it's on the negative side. We just need time. So we're like, we can still be friends, that's fine. And I was totally okay with that.
Okay. If you were ever single and Fear was ever single, were you in a time where we both were single? Would you ever date Fear again?
Um, it really depends. I mean, I know Fear's looking for somebody on his own. Maybe, but with circumstances that he goes through, let him do his thing, because I know he goes through stuff and I go through things, and we both have to figure ourselves out.
Okay. Um, let's talk about your second relationship. How was it like? I think what are your relationships? Is it the one that's in the chat right now?
I'm sure it is. I'll call him out for it.
Sorry,
Theory.
all right. Let's talk about that relationship from your perspective.
From the start, I will say it was alright, and then things got messy. I will call you out because I know how you are. There were times where we just had like issues going on, and it would like be like back and forth arguing every now and then we would break up, give it like a couple days to a week, come back, break up again, come back. It was like so flip-flop. But
I'm
I
sorry. I
guess
had to address the elephant in the room. We're talking about relationships. I don't know why y'all surprised. Y'all know I'm messy.
I'm not capping over there.
But you guys are, the good thing is you guys are still good friends now. You guys are able to get over your problems.
Yeah, we talked about it. We got over it. We're still good buds.
Okay.
But I'll still shit on him if I have the chance to.
Okay. What do you think? How do you think you guys are able to get over your problems, and how do you think y'all were able to be grown? Because I think
We
one
really
thing
just talked
everyone's
about
working
it.
on is trying to be grown. So, because to be honest,
Yeah,
we're all adults. So, how did you guys
we
get?
took like the adult perspective out of it, and we just like talked it out and figured, you know what, we weren't really meant for a relationship. It was more of a friendship deal, so we kept it at friends. I mean, every now and then, just as friends, we'll have like little tiffs of arguments. Give it like a day, and then we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I have him on cuffs right now because he owes me money, and I will continue to bug him about it.
Oh my god. Give her money, bro.
I'm waiting, man. I've been waiting for almost, I think it's been like 3 months now.
Yeah, I
Your
remember you
time
were
is.
telling me, like, I don't know. Did he? I don't know. Everyone has their own downfall. Remember you told me
Yeah.
he bought like an armor once, Saint Guardian, and he needed elf reforges, but he bought human reforges on it. What you told me about? He brought some type of gear that he
Yeah,
didn't get the
he
right lines on it. He wasn't
is
listening
not
to you.
even. It wasn't even that he needed to reline it. It's just the fact that he bought the armor with human reforges on it as an elf. And I would tell him, like, you need to reroll it for something better, and he just wouldn't do it. And then he, like, caved and sold it, and
Now
then went to
you see what y'all
fashion.
not gonna do is troll her in the chat. She just speaking her truth. I am very unbiased and I listen to everybody's side. Y'all not gonna troll me in my
You do
chat.
money. I put you on blast for that you owe me money. This man owes me 80 mil. I'm waiting. You got 15 days. I'm counting. I will roast your Saints gear. It was bad. Like, it had final hit reforges on it, and he's a goddamn elf. I'm like, what are you doing?
You wait, 50? Oh. Oh my god, I think
Yasu, I'm sure Yasu knows. Yasu has seen it, I'm pretty sure.
my mod banned Ryu. Oh damn. I told you not to. I told you not. Guys, not to bother the chat. My moderator is in here.
It definitely was not. That armor for you was bad, and you still chose to take it. And even after being told to reforge it, you wouldn't reforge it.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah, my moderator banned Ryu.
Really?
Yes. I didn't ban her, y'all. My moderator did. I told y'all not to get.
Yeah, you bought it for fashion, and then you were trying to use it as gear. Because I remember when you tried to use it as gear against me, and you still lost. I got the screenshot somewhere where you were like half health, and I was still like near full HP, just standing in front of you with a lance.
Okay. And then after Sayu was Flame, let's talk about how you met Flame.
Me and Flame met in Tara. It was, me and some guildies were just running a daily and getting lords out of the way, and Flame happened to be there, and he started PvPing some of my guild members, and I was just about to leave, and he stopped me. He was like, yo, I'm not done with you, shorty. I was like, oh no, what now? And he just, like, started talking to me from there, and then he PvP'd me as well, and I may have killed him in front of his friends, thinking that he would have got the win on it, but it's totally fine. You can have a woman that's a little bit stronger than you. But, like, after that whole ordeal with the PvP and talking, we got to talking on Discord, and he called me, and we were, like, getting along through music. Like, we would share music together, and we bonded great over that. We had similar music tastes. And then he was like, I have a serious question for you. And I was like, sure, what up? And that's when, like, he couldn't stop giggling for the most part, but he wanted me to be quiet. So I was like, all right, I'll be quiet. And he just asked me out, and I was like, of course. I was like, you seem like a really nice dude. I don't have any problems with you, so we'll see how it goes.
Right.
And it's been a few months and we haven't been really having many problems except for small bits of drama, but that's gonna go undiscussed.
Yeah. Okay. And if you have anything to say to people who may not like you, what do you have to say? What do you have to say to you haters who don't like you? And
People that don't like me, I guess, mixed feelings. I mean, you don't have to like me, you don't have to hate me, it doesn't really matter. It's just their own opinion of me. I'm not gonna think any less or different of them. Because, I mean, people have their own opinions to people, so I guess if they hate me, they hate me. It's whatever. Get on anyways, get on with my day. But if you're gonna say something like directly in front of me to either harass me or make a name out of me that I'm not, then I won't hesitate to call you out for bullshit. Wouldn't be my first time that I've had that happen.
Right.
Listen here, Yasu. I tried to help you. When I went to help you, I got 3v1, and I'm like, where the fuck is my help? The people that asked me to come help dipped on me. Figure it out. I don't really feel half. Figure it out.
Alright.
I was like, I'm not gonna take 3 people and then be like, yo, I need some help. I said where I was. Nobody came, so I was like, I'm leaving.
Alright, I know we had beef at the past. And it was bad on both sides. So I'm happy we were able to get over it. What did you learn from when we were beefing? In that whole drama? Cause
really what I learned from that was it's not worth the effort, really. I mean, there were like some really heavy times and people got banned for the stuff that they did, which
right.
is totally understandable.
Like at the
Because
end
to
of
a
the day,
point,
like gossip and tea does nothing. Like I know, like and this is considered like a drama against a mess, and I talk about what happened, but like at the end of the day, what I try to do on my channel, I do discuss the mess, but like, what did we learn from that mess? Because a whole fashion Discord got deleted because of one channel. A whole community, it affected a whole community, and everybody's screenshots and all that hard work was tossed down the drain. And it's like, for
yeah,
what?
there was a lot from that.
And that
Because
really
like,
pissed me off.
because I was at work when that was happening, and I was just getting off, and I seen it, and I was like, what is going on? And I start reading, I was like, who is this person, and how did they get in here? And they just started saying some random bullshit, and I was like, what is going on? I was like, why is this happening? Why does it gotta be today of
And
all
I
days?
really enjoyed that old-fashioned Discord. Like, I really enjoyed it because I really liked the energy in it. And, like, to see it
Very
all
active.
be... It's very active, and just see it all just go down to shit, it kind of just pissed me off. Because we
Yeah, like, it
really...
was a very active server. Like, everyone was getting along. There wasn't any drama. Like, that T-chat was just, like, a meme, basically, to just let out small little rent,
And it wasn't
like,
even
vent
called the
whatever.
T channel back. It used to be called Talk Your Shit, and it was supposed to be a
Yeah,
vent/rent channel. It wasn't never supposed to be something to discuss drama or discuss personal business. Like, no.
yeah.
I just think it was improperly moderated. How do you expect to have a drama channel and then moderate it? And then, no.
It was definitely a mess. Fuck, I don't even know where to start with that. Like, yeah, some people were, like, completely arguing instead of making it a vent channel, so it was more of, like,
I mean, when you
basically
have
what
a
it
channel
originally was saying was
labeled, when you have a channel labeled as T, it's gonna fuck up. It's
yeah, it
called
didn't take long.
T. It's called T channel for a reason. Like,
It
I
was
was mad.
such a mess.
I was
And the
mad at
only
Ollie
thing that
Admin
made
too. Hurtful knows I'm mad at him for that, for allowing that to
yeah,
happen. Memers knows I'm mad at her for that. They all know I'm mad at them for that.
I guess the only thing that realistically made that whole thing better was like while everyone
I
was
love Hurtful.
arguing.
That's the one thing I will always disagree with him on. Why would the fuck would you allow that to happen? Your hard work, and I was pissed. I was disappointed because you really let your hard work fall to shit.
Yeah, I will say though, like during that whole time that everyone was arguing in that channel, fucking Fear just kept posting his meat facts and people were replying to it, like trying to have a casual conversation in that channel while everybody else was just arguing nonstop. Like I was getting such a laugh out of it, even though people were like going at each other's throats. You just see like one random meat fact, and it's like, ah, yes,
Nah,
thanks, Fear.
that shit. Nah, people. We had some good fashion monkeys in there who was posting some bomb ass pics. We had some people.
Yeah,
It was about fashion, and it didn't become about fashion no more. And like, there's no point.
all my posts that I had in there, I was like, damn, I never saved any of those. They're all gone now.
All gone. All hard community work gone.
Yeah, Fear was quirky for the meat facts, but I love him for that. It made it go by a lot better. Like after the fact that everyone was done arguing, it was just like, let's learn about everything that we need to know about meat.
I know some people may not care, but at the end of the day, there are people who do care, and there are fashion nokis who do care.
Yeah.
And there was a place for fashion nokis to express their fashion and express their creativity and their art and their craft. And for that to be taken away from something as silly as tea, I'm glad we have one now, but like, I heard people just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Siri, that whole Lothric thing, that's a trip and a half.
I blame everybody. I blame everybody. I told her for what Mimas was doing. I told Mimas they didn't like it. I told her for. I told her Mimas. I told Aussie. I told all three of them. I did not like it. I told all the
Yeah,
admins. What the admin
that I
should have
could tell.
done is that they should have ganged up on Mimas and told Mimas to cut her shit. That's what
Yeah,
should
because
have
it was
happened.
like everyone was like on Lothric. Oh yeah, Lothric is the best. Lothric gets their own name. Like they had their own color, own role, all that. So like, if anyone were to ever argue with that guild, I was like, that guild was top tier. The times like you can't win, and I was like, oh god, for those
Ultimately, it
people.
was Mimas' fault, in my opinion. But I feel like leadership should have been questioned more. There was no opposition towards leadership, in my opinion.
It was a little bit biased that I could see about situations. Like it could have gone a little better than how it did. So I guess I could see that as an issue. Because that's like a one thing I don't like is just everyone siding with one person, and even if someone disagreed, it was like, we don't care about your disagreeing. We're going with this anyway.
Right. Well, I'm glad I have my own fashion Discord. She has hers. People have post their fashion, but I remember in that old fashioned Discord, before the T channel,
Yeah.
um, there
I figured
were.
once it blew up, something was gonna happen, and then the server was gonna go down. I was just like waiting, but not waiting for something to happen. It was a disappointment that it happened the way that it did, but something we can look past, I guess, and move on.
Yeah. Any final thoughts you have to say before we close?
For final thoughts, not that I have really, other than kind of just like enjoy your time on Mabby, because I know some people are like, oh, it's gonna die soon, whether it does or not. Find something else to enjoy. Don't wait too long to do something. none of the servers are safe. Let's be honest. Doesn't matter what server you're on, it's gonna get blew to shreds.
Yeah. And I love everybody who supported me. So that's just because I went through a lot. We were all going through a lot. Even though I disagree with Hurtful on that T channel, he was there for me and did advocate to my offense in situations that were necessary.
Yeah.
Like I remember what people do for me. I remember what people do for everybody, and I thank Hurtful for that. It's just that one thing. I know Hurtful love a little mess, but that's Hurtful. But
Yeah.
that's the only thing I will ever do for anybody related or my whole friendship. That's the only thing I will disagree with. Everything else.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta have a little bit of a backbone to help you out. It's like, how do I fix this?
No,
It's like,
he
don't
didn't
worry,
have to
I got
go on live. He did not have to go on live and call memers out too, which is fair. It's just that T channel thing, that T channel shit. I would disagree with. But yeah. Any last final shot? Any last final thought? Any last final thoughts?
Bep, we're not all for drama. Stop. Don't paint this image.
What did you learn throughout your whole Mabinogi experience? And what do you have to say to Mabinogi? What do you want people to take away from you?
What I've learned is kind of just like be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not, because that's just going to paint you in a different light than what you expect out of it. There are some cases where it's like, oh, this person seems like an asshole, when realistically they could be the nicest person on earth and really down to earth with things. It's just the way that they talk. Also, probably don't take offense to some things that people message you, because text messages can be interpreted in several ways. I've noticed that. Shut up, Siri, I am not. You dramaholic. Yeah, that is true. We are all angels now. We've learned from our past experiences.
Okay. Any last thing?
Thanks.
One last thing. Are we good? We're good?
Yeah, I think we're good. I don't really have anything else really that could come.
Froze. If you see us in these W streets, you already know what the fuck it is. RealTalk is signing out. Bye, y'all. Oh my god.